Hello. Good afternoon, students. Today we'll be starting with the help of a new chapter, which has been related with the help of mechanization of banking. We'll be moving with the help of two concepts today. We'll be moving first with the help of mechanization of banking, and second we'll be moving with the help of an financial automation, which has been related with the help of a banking sector. Now into this, before starting of the chapters, into this we'll be just summarizing the concept that into this two chapters you'll be more moving into the core IT. You will be learning with what are ITs, how the transaction it has been done into the banking. Like we learned into the previous lecture of banking, what are introduction of banking. We learned how the funds it has been raised from one person to some other person, and how the finance it has been moved, how the different types of the different types of technology which has been inbuilt currently. So this is what a different type of a zone which has been secluded into it. So like today will be once like before starting we'll be just moving out little bit of summarizing what a mechanization. Mechanization that terms into certain type of machineries, certain kind of new technologies which has been used into the banking sector. And with the help of this, the thing is the structure it has been inbuilt to the larger cells. And with the help of the larger sense, the thing is what it has been grew with the help of a technology, and as with the help of a technology, we can face into the competitive markets into the current world. So this is what said into the mechanizations, and that is which we are clubbing into the banking. Means you will be learning with the help of how the technology has been inbuilt, which has been inbuilt into the further, and what are just moving on into the current trend. Now into this you will be also moving with the help of certain graphs that have been updated. So with the help of the graphs, certain kind of logos have been represented. So with the help of the logos, you will be even the thing is what you will be identify how the mechanization is termed, and as if we are moving into the current way. So like most of the things we are aware with the help of a technology, and most of the things we are currently using that kind of a technology into the banking sector. So into this you will be learning different type of a technology, how it has been inbuilt. As you people would be aware, like ATM card, debit card, there's internet banking, mobile banking. So that is all the different type of mechanization. With the help of this mechanization, the thing is currently we have built into the competitive market, and we have built a strong way of technology. Even into this chapters, you'll be also learning with the help of future trends. What are the future trends of a banking which has been they have been planned and with the help of the planning it has been moved. So like once the thing is this ATM card, credit card, debit card, which was not inbuilt it previously, but once it has been inbuilt, that was a future trend, and with the help of that, it has been grew more and more, and currently we are moving into the market scenario. So this is what said basically the chapter is meaning with the help of a mechanization of a banking, which has been said a mechanical way, a machinery way, the different type of a technology, what are the automations. Now into this you will be also learning with the help of little bit IT types that the thing is how the structure it has been moved. For example, if you go to the ATM, if you go to the ATM, if you want the money, what you do, you go to the ATM, you swipe the card, and whatever the pin numbers it has been there, as the pin number it is already given to each and every people, that has been confidential, it has been not at all disclosed to anyone. Even the card you are having, the personal card which you are getting on. So what you do in the ATM card, you just swipe the card, you press the pin, you do with the help of a pin number, and then afterwards they'll be asking to you what are savings from saving account, current accounts, or recurring, whatever the amount it has been there, like what whichever the account, you need to remove the cash. So this thing you do. So how it has been done, and that is all. The machine it has been connected with the help of a technology. That machine is the technology. Now what is the thing? Means as if you swipe and currently your account number has been flashed. So that thing it is called the mechanization. And into this chapter you'll be learning how the process it has been moving from one party to some other party, and from one account to some other account, or is one from one bank to some other bank, how the transaction it is being. Even you deposit certain cash to the certain type of it to the different account, as if you are having some person, as if for example a person is working here, and even and that person is sitting and their parents, their guardians are staying somewhere else. So like what it happens, like monthly that person pays certain 2,000, 3,000 to their parents. So currently what, first it was there on the previous time they was doing a money post money, like when we used to the money order you need to do on that time, like previously what it currently is also happened, but currently the thing is people doesn't use that type of a technology. Currently we are using with the help of it mechanization of technology. You are having so many banks, they are giving this type of it facility. You just only deposit the amount, and ultimately the thing is what into the person to whomever you want to send it out, it goes to that account, and it's like within a minute a technology has been grown very fast. So with the help of a minute, with the help of a second, it does travel from one account to some other account, or one place to some other place, or as if not even to the state level, not even to the it is not even to the city level, but as it is there on the country level also. Means that if the person is staying outside the country also, still if you want to just transfer those amount from one account to some other account, you can do it. So this is what a new technology which has been inbuilt. So basically into this chapter you will be learning this only, that how the technology has been inbuilt, and how the structure it has been from, how the amount means with the help of the server, how the things it has been moving, and with the help of the server, how it has been moving, how the amount it has been swiped from one account, and how this from the server, how it transmitted to the each and every part of the person. Now, like next point, we'll be moving with the help of an preclusion. Now, into this, you will be learning with the help of an preclusion. Just a minute. Now, into this preclusions, in the sense you will be learning with the help of it how the thing is it has been moved. The introduction part, the summarization of mechanization of banking. I'll just move the dramatically events unhearing in the new century, from the globalizations and final major waves of consolidations to the regulatory changes and the technology breakthrough are compelling development bank to turn their focus down efficiently and efficiency in the country relationship development. So like basically this chapter is what, how you're keeping a good relationships to each and every people, how you're developing the good interaction between the people to different types of it country, and basically it is what a one type of it, as if you are into the globalization, means we are into the entire world. As if I said currently that if you want to transfer any kind of it money also, currently it becomes very smooth way, very efficient way, as if not not even to the city level, state level, but at least for the but even for the country level, you can do the transaction from one account to some other account. So this is what it has been said basically for this, and it is the one type of it. Here it is given the consolidations, as if you have seen here, it is the word, it is given the consolidation. Consolidation, it is what? It has been like each and every people is mixing together, like both the parties are being together, and then afterwards we are doing with the help of a transaction. So this is what said basically with the help of a mechanization of a banking. Now next which will be having with the help, is real IT transformation like to take place? Okay, the question it has been arised here, is real IT transformation like to take place? Means transformation is in the sense, does it is important for the people to grow more and more technology into the different type of it market, so that with the help of it different type of a technology, the people will be more aware, and ultimately the thing is that the banking structure will become more smooth, more effectivity, and even it will be moving into the different types of its cities, because currently as if a simple way of cities, simple way of like a local city or a rural city, still we are having a banking, but still the facilities are being not given to the people who are staying into the rural bank. We have given, but still there's certain kind of it. So if we give a certain kind of a new technology, so at least what that people can also use, and even this type of a new technology it has been inbuilt into this part of it. So that is why here it is given certain kind of it avoidability. The three convening force appears to make it unavoidable. First it is what, why it is does not happen and why it has been avoided. First, the DB, it is what developmental bank spreading across it geographically as it has been moving into different types of its zone. Financial transactions are commoditized. Then after regulatory demands are unprecedented. Unprecedented in the sense means these are the three ways where the thing is what, it does not happen certain kind of a technology which are being not used on that time, and we are having like mostly we are being we are pressurized on that as our geographical conditions, as our geographical means depends upon the region, it has been not crude mode, so that is why it becomes very difficulty to transfer, because as if currently as if you can say we are staying, if the people are staying into the rural area, there doesn't have the light facility, so there the thing is the server it has been not connected properly, there you doesn't see that kind of a facility, but into a certain part of it rural cities which has been little bit developed, where the thing is the banks are getting developed, there you can see that kind of a facility, but at a small type of it rural type of it banking, where you can't see those facilities of banking, so that is why for them to develop those technology it becomes very harsh on that time. So better, so that is why this three things it avoids, and with the help of avoidance, it doesn't move smoothly, it moves very irrationally. So that is why because of these three things, the thing is it has been avoided. Next it is what drivers to the IT transformation. Now it has been planned that next 10 years, they have been set like to develop more IT things, to develop more IT transformations, to develop more and more IT. IT means information technology, means to become like nowadays as if we are less into the paperwork, we are less into the technology. That is like you guys might be with me only, that we are with the less with the help of paperwork. There is a certain way where the paperwork is required, but usually we do with the help of an IT. Currently, as if we people are like, don't go to the banks, we do the transactions within a minute, and then afterwards we do, because we're going into the bank, like standing in the queue, it makes like a long difference, and this is what sitting into that home, and then after with the help of a technology, we are having a laptops currently, we are having the mobile phones, we can do the transactions on that time. So this is within a minute, within a second, you can do the transaction from one account to some other account, like standing into a queue, even to pay, even to deposit, this all the things are being here. Means even if you want to do receipt payment, if you want to remove the cash also, so currently we are having ATM, debit cards, each and every facilities are there. So like we are more into the technology, but we are not, we are less into the paperwork, so it becomes very good. Okay, as it is good with the help of it, as the trees are being not cutted because of paper what we are using now, so it is like a good way of communications where it is being said. But even with the help of it, like next they have been said that the thing is what information technology will be growing more once it is in transformation, means once it will be expand more. They are planning to expand more. So with the help of an expansion, the thing is they have been planned for the next 10 years. They have given some definitions of the next 10 years. At first it will be accelerated expansion, means there will be the more vast way of growth, you can see it on technology. Then process will be efficient, okay, as if like the process won't be harsh, it becomes very efficient, means my the things will be of step by step, it won't run more, it won't run less, it will be like efficiently it will be moving on. So at least the people will be learning about it, what are the steps it has been moving. So with the help of the steps, the people can be identify how it has been moving. Next, greater country sophistications, okay, means a countries are sophisticated, but still, as if I said, they doesn't use those technology. There are certain country that doesn't use some technology. So that is why, like after they have planned that IT will be transformed to each and every country, information technology, the technology has been moving to the different type of a country, and it will become more sophisticated. Means they will be planning and they will be performing the duties properly in each and every country. So it will be moving very smoothly and very fluently of a country. So means these are the definitions they have been planned. Like it could be happen after next year, the next 10 years it can be changed. Then more intense regulatory demands. Okay, more intense means internally there will be more demand of technology. They will be planning because currently as if we are also running with the technology. We think there should be more the things which we are having. For example, if you see the cell phones, yeah, I have the cell phone, but still there should be certain better. If I am having laptop, I say still there should be certain better functions should be uploaded. So you are having the Windows 8, what it has been transmitted currently. Like previously it was not, we was moving into the old Windows, but currently we are having the good Windows, that is Windows 8, what has been transmitted. So this is what still we are having, but still our demands are not becoming less. Our demands are getting more. As we are grew into the technology, we are like as if even the mobile phones also, if you are having one app, you think about there should be one more app which has been inbuilt into it. Means these are the things. Means the thing is it has been said there will be more intense regulatory demand. There will be more regulatory demand. Means even the banks, the transactions of the banks also will be thinking about there should be more fluent, there should be more good into it. So it becomes very easy for the people to not go to the bank standing in the queue. Better it is to be at home and complete our work, and or else be at the office, we complete our work. So this is what a good demand, what we get it. Next, opening up the market in existing and the new membrane country. So this becomes very good as if because IT transformation it has been there, here I has been already said, and they have already planned for the next 10 years. So ultimately the thing is it will be open market, each and every people will be welcome, and even there will be the good thing, there is existing market in existing and even the and new membrane countries. There will be the new people who will be connecting with this into this market. So it becomes like the challenging. We can face the challenges into the competitions into the market currently as we are facing. But still, as if the thing is the information technology, it will be grown more. So ultimately, it will become very tactical and very fluent way. I can say I should not use the word tactical, but even still, the thing is what the work will become more efficiently, more energetically, and even people would be getting more knowledge about the technology, and maybe the thing is what the technology will be growing fast. So ultimately the thing is what they have been planned for this. So like a mechanizing into this, so still we moved with the help of in mechanizing. So we moved, like we have seen 2-3 slides. So after seeing 2-3 slides, so people would be aware that how the thing is the information technology has been grown more, and with the help of in growing more, the thing is what it becomes very good into next 10 years, whatever they have been defined. So it can be moved further also. Now, is it real like the same? We went this point. Next, challenges faced by the development bank. Now here there are certain challenges for the development bank. Development banks are what still they are getting development, means usually the process is even not completed. Still it is like, but still they are moving out. Means they are okay. They are not even less. They are not even more. But still they are into it. So that is why that type of it means they're moving out the development into it. Now here, what are the challenges they face? Because what they comes into the first times, the bank it has been development. It is into the development. So once it is into the development, so it becomes different type of challenges what you face. So now here, I'm having a different types of challenges what you face on first time. So first it is what developmental banks require real-time system control on their operations. Means what are they moving on into the current scenarios, it becomes very harsh for them to cope up, and even the thing is what how to operate, how to control, it should be move on that. I mean they will be performing their duties more and more into it. So it becomes a good way of challenges. I mean they should control, they should measure each and everything, and they should know about it, how to move it into the correct way of doing. So this is what the first point. Second, they are unable to impact the developmental results. So this is it very difficult, but just because each and the thing not question on that time. So like one it was only the thing is correcting the bank. This is only to get a how we are representing to the people. So it becomes very questionnaire for like as if you want to submit it to the financial reports like an end of it. So it becomes a questionnaire like what to go, how to move it on the correct measure. That becomes the question. Like systematical developmental bank wide management of data, because now the thing is what as if it has been there for the developmental banks, you are having the managemental data which has been more, you need to systematize that things properly. And last but not least, it is what risk measurement and management has become increasing complex, increasingly complex. Now this is what risk measure, because it is a developmental bank, as we have already seen here. These are the challenges what you face it. You need to prepared on the correct measure. You should not distribute here and there. This thing happens, and then afterwards risk measures and management becomes very complex, because still the work has been not at all proper. So like there is like certain things have been completed properly, certain things are not completed, because these are banks which faces. Like with the help of a technology also, as if I said, still the thing is if the bank is running with the help of technology, some are getting a good benefit, some are not getting a good benefit, but because what, and sometimes what it happens, they need to face the competitions over there into the market also, and into that type of the banks also, because half of the things has been done, half of the things have been like ruled more. So that is, it becomes very difficulty for the things to be cope up as soon as possible, how you completed that thing. So this becomes a very good way of challenges you need to face on that time. Now, here what are the advantages of an IT? Like a good way of advantages, here it is being said first, operation effectively and internal efficiency. Now, the IT solution provides, now here this is the effective IT solution. As we are into the mechanization of banking, we are learning the internal part of in banking, how the IT is been ruled from one party to some other party, or one city to some other city, how the transaction it is being done. So with the help of a transition, what are the good advantages you get it? After using this type of different types of advantages, we are having the different types of advantages. So with the help of these advantages only we can categorize how the IT it has been developed, because and you are getting a good way of advantages as if you are into the IT, because currently as if I previously only I said we are well versed with the help of a technology. We don't want to use with the help of a paper. So this becomes very good. So like when into your banking, it becomes very good way of operational effectiveness. Okay, and next it is what internal efficiency. Internal, you can see how the people are been connected with each and every people. And even the thing is what, it becomes very good way of communication, where you can even keep each and everything into the systematic, because when it is into the IT sector, you should not, as if you are using, you need to be on step 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is the step you use, or else A B C D E F G, this is the way you use. It is not like that you use A first, then afterwards C first, then afterwards D afterwards. So it shuffles each and every. Your the thing is, or whatever the categorize you're using, whether it's an internal one or whether it is become an external one, you need to use into the systematical form. And once it has been systematical form, so ultimately you can properly, you can efficiently, you can check it out whether it is moving on the correct directions or not. So this becomes very good way of operational effectiveness. Next, collaborative tools to help the create. Now these are the four things which develop certain kind of collaboration tools. Means all are being together. Collaborations in the sense they are all are being together. Now these are the different types of tools which helps to create a good way of IT technology. First, it creates, okay, as if you are using with the help of a technology, it creates certain innovations. Next, cultivates, it develops. Disseminated knowledge and disseminated knowledge means the knowledge which you're getting more, and with the help of the knowledge it has been growing into the more and more into these technologies, and which this all which has been developed together, and once it has been these three things are developing together, you're growing into the corrective measures. Next, accessibility to the data, informations and knowledge. These are the three things you can accessible means it is moving into the correct one. It is been assessing into the step by step. First, you're getting a data. Okay, means you should avoid using your files, avoid using anything papers. Better it is what it has been stored as a data. As it has been there whenever you want. You just open it out that thing, and then after you get it a statement. As if you move it into the bank also. Already banks are connected with a certain kind of software, and that is already connected with the help of a LAN. Means total it has been technology which has been internet which has been connected to it. Now with the help of it, like directly if they open the currently they open the any kind of it systems, and then afterwards if you put the passwords and pin number whatever it has been given to you, you just open it, you get it the total details of it, whether it is debited, whether it is accredited, whether you have kept for certain kind of it FD, or whether you have kept for any kind of a deposit. So this is what total statements you get it. So with the help of it, this type of it good statement, it becomes very good way of communications, and your things, your informations are being stored properly. It has been assessed properly, and even whatever the things are coming, whatever the things are debited, what are credited, so ultimately that thing it has been assessed. So like three things you get it. First you get it the data, you get it the data properly, you get the information properly, you get it the proper way of knowledge. So like these are the good way of advantages you get it. Next, the ability to easy search across and retrieve relevant information. It becomes very easy way of searching. This becomes a very good impact for it. Like as if you want to search, like as if what happens if you go to the files, if I want to search bill number 441, so ultimately I need to see what is 441, and before that 441 I am having so many papers. So I need to just turn it out that paper. So it becomes very time consuming. Okay. But when I'm moving with the help of technology, already I need to just fill it out. What are the bill numbers? Just because currently you're having a good way of software. The bill number, you just put that bill number, the bill it will be open. Or else into the minds also, as if I want to see certain kind of it simple, as if you also want to see it at home, you want to see it at home. Currently you can access anything, any type of it account whichever you are having. So like as if you want to access, you are already having the pass number, the PIN number which has been already given to you, the name it has been already given to you. So what just you need to go to that website, whatever the bank it has been you are having the account, you open it, whether it is a saving account, current account, whichever the account it has been there, just you open it out, you put the number, you put the PIN number, and finally the thing is the total list it has been up. Like waiting any from right transaction. So you have helped just made revenue information. Like this are the management like already each and everything it is made of it not so approved. Like you are having a resources managemental system. Which improves the resources managemental systems, which improves the linkage. Like you are having certain kind of resources, so So with the help of the data, information, these are all the help of resources. And the thing is what it has been inbuilt in the proper way of managemental systems, which has already been inbuilt certain kind of data into it. So it becomes very good way of improvement into the linkage. So like and ultimately it has been linked with each and everything. So it is not like that if I debit from this bank and then ultimately it goes from the next account. It goes on same account and even it has been linked to each and every part. So like if I swipe the card from any type of banks also or any type of banking ATM also, still it will be linked to each and every one. So it becomes very good way of advantages which I get it into the IT zone. Now, next, plan for the 21st century, 21st century IT transformation. Now, it is given certain type of good way of they have been planned of a 21st century how it was been. We will be also moving into the history also how the IT transformation it has been, how the banking transformation is done, and after completing the banking, the thing is what how the IT transformation is done. We are moving with the help of after this slide. Now, first it is for the planning for the 21st century IT transformation. Now, focus on improving the internal efficiency and the country's centricity. Now, first it is what to develop. First, into this type, they have been thought to develop the proper way of internal efficiency. Because as if my systems, my data, it has been properly, if it has been assisted properly, so ultimately it becomes very good way of interacting with the people. So that is why here they have been properly into the 21st century they have been purely focused on the internal, because as if what happens as if the thing is internal means in the sense into the technology wise, not with the help of the banking guys but with the help of a technology, means where as if I'm opening any kind of one type of good new technology and as if I'm sharing that technology to someone else. So like before that, I need to keep it that technology internally. I need to use how it has been assisted, and I need to focus on that type of it internal way. And then only the thing is what I can share those technologies to someone else. To the time the thing is what, because if there is any kind of errors, so I cannot be disclosed this type of a technology to someone else. Now, here it is what they have been given efficiency. Now first go horizontally, they have been said balance the objectives into the IT strategy and focus on governance. These are the 3 points they have been said, like into the current type of a 21st century, these 3 points you need to be properly focused on that. First is to go horizontally, make the transition from the banking operating in ICO to an integrated organization. Means you need to be proper horizontal way, like you need to move it on the straight way. You should not go into your or any direction. The transaction what you're doing, it should be moving into the straight way. Means properly focus on whatever the thing is, whatever the banking is operating into the correct one, straight. Next, it is what balancing the objective in the IT strategy. Balance the use of technology resources to support the revenue growth. That is most important. Means make that type of a technology where our revenue it has been grow. It is not like I developed the big technology and still the thing is one means it has been used, but still I am on the lost part. So like whenever, as if you're using any kind of a technology or as if you're developing any kind of a technology for any kind of a banking sector, okay, so like you need to think about it, how much charge you're getting. Because now for example, as if I'm using a Facebook or as if I'm using a WhatsApp. So what you do, it becomes very the simple charge what you get like 0 paisa, whatever the amount is, or else we do the recharge of 300, 400 bucks, whatever it is. The amount what we do either for the 2G, 3G or 4G, whatever the charge you put it, and whatever the charges it is you updated on that. So like why you're using that technology more? Because you know that the charge which has been given to the concerned person, means the person means, and if I'm using any kind of technique, I need to think about both the sides. As if I need to think about from my side also, I need to think about the person who will be using the technology. So it will be both two-way way of communication. Then only the thing is what it will be balanced proper. So that is why I've already given the second point, balance on objectives and the IT strategy. For information technology, it is what it should be of 2 types. Means I need to think about the senders also and receiver also. Means I'm sending those messages, the other person is receiving the message. The two-way of communication. Because once if it is on two-way of communication, then only you can move it on the correct into the correct one, or else it will be shuffled here and there. So it doesn't create a very good impact, and or it doesn't create a very good way of communications on that time. So that is why this type of strategy where I need to support to the revenue growth. I need to think about it. There should be development more into the revenue. Means a fund should be generated more. I should not say the fund is moving, and ultimately I am certain period of time I am need, and other person are not using that type of a technology. So I need to balance that type of. So I need to develop certain kind of a strategy. Focus on governing to IT to allied with a business strategy to improve returns on IT spending. That's what I said to you. Currently, the thing is whatever you are spending, so at least you need to focus on that whatever output I am giving, as if I should get that type of it input. Next strategy addressing enterprise architecture, process automations, and member analytics. Now into this here the thing is what these are the different peoples where they are, when the certain bit of a new technology arrives. So like these are the three person who have been systematic on that time. Means they have been proved on that time. First is enterprise architecture. The person who has been the business person, that person who have been performing that type of a duty. Process automations. What are the things it has been used when you're connecting the one person to some other person internally, like through the server, how you're using that person. And last is member analytic, like you are having certain person who have been analyzing each and everything, and with the help of an analyzing the thing is what the strategy has been developed, grew and developing more. So that is why this are the way where the thing is what they have been planned 21st century to the IT transformation. Next, it is what identifying the IT roles. Now, here they have been given the core way where the thing is what you need to identify what are the roles of an IT. Like before, if you're not moving with the help of an IT role, so ultimately you won't be able to able to find it. You're able to go no. Now, like whenever if you're moving with the help of an IT zone, so ultimately the thing is what are things of an IT which has been roles. First, it enhances the capacity to review the project processing and portfolio performance. Now, these are the two ways where it has been focused: project processing and portfolio performance. Because without this two, the thing is my process won't work and my process will be shuffled here and there. So that is why the thing is I need to be properly focused on the project, whatever it is being given to you, and parallel the portfolio performance, like how I'm showing my performance to the rest of the people, like when I'm giving out certain kind of a technology. Next afterwards, IT monitor performance, again Millennium Developmental Goal. So as if my each and everything, my monitoring means each and every people will be monitoring proper, so ultimately the performance will be grew more. So as this performance will be grew more, so ultimately I'll be getting a goal which has been, I completed my goal, I developed my certain type of it goal. IT is facilitating the tracking of activities and investment under developmental initiatives. Like it creates a very good way where the people raise their funds, and once they raise the funds, so ultimately the thing is what the different type of activities, different type of investment has been grew more, and once it will grew more, so ultimately the thing is what people started developing, and on the initial stage the people would be aware on that time like what are the things to be moving into the correct measures. Next, the IT system provides the tools to report on project performance of each stages. Like as if the way, like into the IT, what are the roles of an IT? Like as if you move it into the good way of communication. So like you are having a step, and as the steps it is been moving, the thing is what you are getting a good way of as the steps it is moving, you are in each and every state you are getting a good way of the performance are being calculated, and as the performance are being calculated, it has been moving into the correct way of measure. Now, IT supports improving the planning, management, and reporting of resources management. These are the three ways where as if IT also supports, because without planning the systems doesn't work properly. The people should be aware what to do, what not to do, how to do, when to do each and everything. Management, if I doesn't keep the from the top level to the ground level of management, means the from the superior ones, I need to keep that type of relationship. Reporting on the resources management, the HR person, there should be a certain kind of a department, because that person who handles each and every project, and with the help of it, the project, the thing is the work it has been completed. Next, it supports the documentations on the subject report for evaluating and record the lessons learning. So it becomes a very good way of identifying the problem, because as if you're getting each and every report properly into the systematical one, so at least you are getting each and every work. You can even sorry. It supports the documentations on the subjects on a subject report for evaluating and recording the lessons learning. So this becomes a very good way of representing the point. Now here it is what a historical perspective. Now as if what we have seen, the identification, how it has been identified, the different types of its sex points. So this is the way where the thing is the IT role it has been used. And into this even different types of it where the roles are being performed. Now, the historical perspective, as if I said, we'll be moving with the help of a little bit type of it way, where you'll be moving with the help of a point where it has been described with the help of how it has been inbuilt, how it has been grown, like previously when it was not there. So, like it is the IT segments, how the IT has been come and how it has been moving into the banks to currently into the correct way. Now, the IT sag in Indian banks commenced from the mid 80s of a 20th century, when the RBI took up itself the task of promoting automations in banking to improve customer service, bookkeeping, MIS, and productivity. Like when the thing is, this was on the way, like when the IT6 has been come. Like IT SAG when it comes on the 20th century, when it has been came by where RBI has been inbuilt. So on that time previously where the thing is it was not there previously, when during when the RBI has been set up, and when the bank has been set up, we was not having this type of facilities. Where the technologies are being growed more. The technology was very less on that time because people was less qualified and the resources was not available. The main thing, the resources was not available. So on the previous times we was not even aware with this thing. So but currently we are aware, and after the mid of 80s of a 20th century, like when we was into the 80s, like on that time, they're like having the 20th century where the thing is the RBI has been inbuilt this type of IT stacks, and where they have been promoted more and more, okay, to a different type of banking improvements they have been done, where they have given more focus the task here it has been given upon itself the task of promoting the automations. Promoting the automations means they have been developed more, they have been plans to develop more type of a technology, because as if they develop more type of a technology, so ultimately the thing is what the work will become more efficiency, and they thought about it, and with the help of once they thought about it, and they have over the focus in the and they have given the more focus first on customer service. That is the service your customer probably not because they won't doesn't being set what it is being how being smart MI activity, how it is moving as the as if total one I'm out already I'm having MIS report which has been already prepared. This is for this other things for these are the things where it has been prepared, these are the things where it has been prepared. So this all thing will be a systematical way. So these are the way of histories were which was perspectives on the 20s. Like after 20s the thing is what it has been grown more. So this was just starting, like after 80s you got it just the startups of it, like as if you got the startups, so ultimately it has been growed more. So this becomes very good way of communications and a good way of interacting by an RBI. Now here, during the earlier year, use of technology in banking operation arose more as a necessity to manage the housekeeping and to strengthen the internal control system. prime movers being regulated agencies such as RBI and CVC. Now these are the different way where the thing is were different types of regulatory bodies like which was there on previously like before the bank was when the bank and RBI has been operated. So he was already the person internal managers there was a person who was regulating each and every like before when to see as if we have already moved into the starting of in banking we already learned that into the banking sectors you are already it has been regulated with the help of an RBI and RBI you are having a central government. So these are the three regulatory bodies where it has been performed. So like when it has been when the performance it has been done so on that time you are having an internal person who are regulating all the systems like as if once it has been regulating all the systems it becomes very fluent way it becomes very good way where it has been communicated into the correct way of measures. So these are the way where it was moving into the previous one on the historical way like previously when the banks has been set up and the RBI has been set up when the thing is the technology they have planned for the technology. So as if once they planned for the technology then only the thing is they have been groomed more they have been planned to retrieve more and more into the different types of its segments. Now, next year it is also given sometimes of it history, sometimes of it is. Over the year, banks themselves have embarked upon a major technology drive program in facing of competitions and being driven by needs to service customer more effectively and efficiently. So as a once the thing is the technology has been arrived, so once the technology has been arrived, the banks has become very well with the been very aware with the help of a technology. And once that bank has become very embedded into the technology, my work the I can face the competitions through the world and once I face the competitions through the world so ultimately the thing is the good way the customers was getting a good way of services. Now as the customers are getting good way of services my works are moving into the correct way of it. So these are what they have thought like after they have got the information after sort of 20s once the technology has been inbuilt then afterwards. Especially with the arrivals of a new generation, private sector's bank technology has become an integrated part of bank business strategies and tools for creating the values and customer satisfaction, resulting redefining and banking and rediscovering of a customer. So it becomes very good way where people has been knowing about each other and currently, as if I said to you, like they can face the competition into the market, and the people and the banks who are coming. Like previously, it was a one type of it, governmental banks which was in setup, but currently we are having so many of private sectors banks, and with the help of private sectors, with the help of growing of new technology, for example, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, then afterwards you are having Yes Bank. These are all private types of banks. So here they have been more inbuilt to the customers. New and give it new type new education. We have to tell you more. So if I think using the time you give that, give this and all, so it becomes very harsh on that time when you communicate. But currently it becomes very smooth, very easy way where you communicate each and everything. So after getting communications, it becomes very effective, very efficiently, and the good way where you're getting the good way of customer satisfaction. Because as if you're using a technology, so as it means if you're using any bank's technology, so ultimately you even recommend to some other 4-5 people also kindly use this type of a bank. The technology it has been used with the way how they communicate with the people. Like whenever if I do the transaction, the money it has been not cutted, the money it has been not disturbed here and there. So this all the things it has been used. So it becomes very good way where it becomes very efficiently, very effectively to communicate on that time. So this becomes the historical perspective. Next, computerization of branches of bank begins in the late 80s with the introduction of laser posting machines, advanced laser postings, followed by the standalone computer system, which is called a LAN, which metaphors into the network-based system that is called a WAN, with the latest developmental being installed in the core banking solution. Now, these are the way where the thing is they have been introduced. Now, the banking sectors of a technology they have been introduced LPMs and ALPMs. Now, these are different types of ledger where the systems are being inbuilt. Already it has been there. So, like once already it has been there, so it becomes very good way where you can communicate each and everything. And after once you get in each and very and All the things, it has been already linked with the help of a LAN cable, which has been already connected into the computers. Like you are having a stand-alone computer system, means computers are previously whatever the computers are, that big one, that this big one type of it computers which was alone standing on, and finally the thing is all the informations are been put it, and it has been connected with the help of LAN, that is local area connected, which has been there. So with the help of local area networking, which has been with that wire, it has been connected, and with the help of that wire system, the thing is you are having the work which has been there, that is a WAN. I'll be showing you the process afterwards. I have given you the how it has been connected, means as if how you are putting a data, and how would the data it has been fitted into that computer, and how the thing is into the LAN it has been connected, and how that data it has been shown to someone else, like after just logging out. So it becomes the core way, where a good way of communications of a banking. So with the help of this, we completed the history with the help of an history. Now next we are moving with the help of current scenarios. Current scenarios, like what are going into the current trend, where we are using those type of technologies into it. Now, here we are moving with the help of a current scenario. Now into the current scenarios, first distributing the database, how the data are being distributed to the different types of it, and how the that type of it systems it has been shown to each and every people. No. First it is what a distributions, how it has been distributed. First it is what tools are acquired, servicing, enabling, enhancing customer base, offering wide range of products, options and delivery channels, internet banking, how the data has been distributed. As you people are will be aware, banking, banking, for banking, mobile banking, anywhere, anytime banking. So like this are the what are the current scenarios where each and every work was distributed to each and every people. Next, analyzing solution versus the English to end-to-end single platform solution across the global, interacting with each other applications. Now, these are the different way of systems where each and every work has been distributed, and with the once it has been distributed, the thing is what our work can be moving into the anywhere, anytime you can do it. The work which was doing into the current scenario. Now, these are the technology grade enabled. Now, what are the way of technology which have been used more? And once we are using with the help of more technology, it becomes very fluent way of communication. Large volumes and variety of business acquire and timelines, large numbers of products, delivery channels and customer centralizing process. CRM, for cross-selling and meeting of the customer lifecycle needs, redefining of customer convenience, decision support system supervisor, monitoring and control. So these are the way where the thing is what the technology has been a greater embedded, where the thing is what you can use, it becomes very convenient for the people to communicate with each and every time, and it becomes very smooth way where you can enumerate each and every work, and even you are having the good way of customer attraction, because as if the customer attractions are there, so ultimately the my works will be moving into the correct one. Now, here I'm having a different type of it, where a life cycle means where I'm moving into the each and everything, my technology will be moving into the step by step. It won't be moving here and there. So that is why, and I just want with the help of your why you're using this type of technology to redefine the customer convenience. That this is the most important point where it has been said, to redefine the customer convenience, because if the customer is getting a good way of benefits, so ultimately customer will interact more to the banks, and ultimately the thing is as if the banks will be getting a fund more, it will be the people will be good in raising the funds and all. So as if they will be raising funds and all, so ultimately the customers interactions will be also growing more. So it becomes very good way where each and everything has been, the technology has been grew more. So that is why the thing is what this type of technology has been greater and bigger with the help of different type of it position and different type of it process. Now, a minute. Hmm. Now, these are the different type of it channel challenges. Just a minute, we'll move ahead. Okay. Now this we learned with the help of a technology where it has been engraved it. Then afterwards the next it is what we were moving with challenges before banking industries. Now into the banking industries also we are having certain kind of a challenges which is relevant with the help of a technology. First, every ever rising customer expectations because banking sectors, when as if I said previously, we are having demand more because as if we are having the demand more of in technology, so ultimately it will be growing more. So that is why every rising customer expectation, they have been having good way of, they are having more expectation. So this type of challenges before they face it into the banking industry. Next, security integrations of database, risk management, as if it becomes very, because banks are having so many types of it, they are having so many types of it data. And with the help of it data, they need to keep, they need to store each and every data into the proper way of computer. So it becomes very, even they are having the risk because as if it is a confidential, if it has been disclosed to each, if any of the person who are the outsiders or they are not connected to the person, so it becomes very risky for them. So this becomes very, the challenge is that the thing is what the person should not, because whatever the PIN number, whatever the ATM credit card number, what you get it. So if that PIN number and PIN number, passport number, if it has been disclosed to someone else, so ultimately it comes direct responsibility to the bank. So that is why this type of a challenges also like there should be a risk taker, there should be. Then afterwards, disparted systems, the system should be properly, they should be updated. Like if it has been not at all proper, so ultimately it creates a very wrong way of way or where they have been disclosed to each and every system. So like it should be corrected with that type of it. Customer retentions and the life cycle management, like my things should be there, like I should properly with the customer interacted, I should be moving into the customer interactions only. Then afterward this economical of a scale, like when it is in as if you're facing into the current competitive market, so it should be that way where you're facing out with the help of an economical zone only, it is not moving far, it is not moving very in, it should be like a global way. Then employee training and retention, that is most important. The employee should be graded the proper way. The people who are working into the banking sector, means they should be like, if any of the person is very harsh, at least got to help them to not to be cope up with them or not to be say anything to someone else, so it becomes very wrong way. These are the different types of challenges what they face into the banking sectors, like as if you started. Then after social cost, the technology is a monster, guzzles of money. Like as if a technology it has been there, so like amount will be more. Because as if you're buying any kind of a software, also currently charge more. So like when once as if you're charging, you think about it. So how it has been used, because we are as if you're putting some of the money more, and still you're not getting any kind of it input, and you're not getting any kind of it output. So it creates a very wrong impact. So that type of challenges. Think first, and then afterwards only you can use it. Then after that is what it's that is what it is. We said technology is a monster. It has been already said. Then afterwards, guzzled of money. Like you are having money, but simply you're wasting your life and money without not seeing anything. Issues of branch structures, layouts, and development of in staff, developing of in staff. It is the most important thing. Like there should be issues of branches, like the branches in each and every branch they should be getting the same facility as you're getting the facilities into this. And there should be proper way of layout, there should be proper way of communicating to each and every people, that thing. Deploying of in staff, like there should be a good way of staff where they develop a good way of scenes, good way of communications to it. So that are the challenges. Redefining the workflows, front office, back office job, there should be the person who are being enacted like before, like front office also, back office also, there should be good way of interaction. Change in employee role profile and management supervisor practices. There should be a person who are working over there, good way of things you need to perform on that time. You need to see how the management works over there. They should be getting certain kind of profiles, good way of profile of management. Then only, and even you need to be good way of supervising each and everything. Then only the thing is the work will be moving. So these are the different type of channels, challenges what you face it into the banking one. Now here the above discussion bring about the changes which needs to be brought in the working of banks to operate the successful and to face the competition. Where like before whatever we have seen those types of it challenges, different type of challenges, what are they being given to the banking sectors, what are the things you get it on the banking sectors. So like once we form the challenges, so then only we can be a successful and we can survive into the competitive market. So it becomes very good. Like here I have enumerated why the thing is you require certain challenges to be faced and what are the changes as if you're getting a challenges, you change that each and everything, then only you can survive into the competitive market. So as if you change, so ultimately they are having certain things which you be enumerated properly. As if you change, you get a good information system, means you get a proper way of information system technology what you are using, you're getting a good way of information and that information is updated into the systems properly. Next, technology and skills for the decision making, you are using that type of a technology, that type of a skills, and you're making that way it is a decision making, like what is correct, what is right, what is true, what is wrong. Okay, so that thing you get it a good way of information on it. Improving customer services, as if you're giving out the good way of it layouts, you're helping to the customers, you're helping to each and everything. So ultimately the thing is improving the customer services proper way. Friendly attitudinal patterns of a person at all the level. You're getting if the good way of challenges whatever you're facing. So if a good way of it is ultimately you will improve good and proper way where you communicate to each and everything. So it becomes very friendly way of interacting with the people. Now, automations into the banking. Now, these are the different way automations that has already we have seen that the technology what we are using. So that technology how it has been grew more and how the thing is each and everything it has been interacted, how it has been each and everything it has been performed properly. Now, first it is what banking banks while acting as a financial intermediaries between the sectors, balancing out personal sector surplus with the corporates and the public sectors. As you people would be aware, like banking, it has been said, so ultimately there is only not a one person, there is a two person who have been interacting together. So like a person, a private one, the public one, or else the one other person. They are both are together communicating. So then afterwards, that thing it has been balanced properly, or else it won't be balanced properly. So that is why the balancing factor should be there previously. Like when you are doing any kind of it, when you are using any kind of a technology. Now here we are examining certain type of it automations. First it is what non-customer related automations, technical architect, customer related automation, central authorities, and the non-customer related automations. There are different type of automations where the thing is what the people are being interacted, and these are the way where each and everything are being used with a proper way of technology and with the help of a software. It has been it has been inbuilt to each and every party. So once it has been inbuilt to each and every party, it becomes very good way where you communicate each and everything. So these are the different way where the customers related informations are being used. Now next it is what now here they are having the various follows you need to follow, because as if you are having using those type of technology and you are developing certain kind of a good technology, you are showing that you are interacting with the people. So here I am having the four way where the thing is the work it has been done and you are developing those technology which you are helping to the people also. Back office, front office, office automations and training. These are a different way, different four way where the thing is what the automations, the technologies are being used. You're using to the people who are, you're helping to the people, so at least the customers become a good way of interacting with the people, and ultimately it becomes a good way of technologies to be connected with each and every party. So this becomes a good way where the where they are using certain kind of different areas. These are the different type of areas where it has been used on that. Now, next it is now see the technical architecture, as if I say how the thing is the internally how it has been used. First we have already seen here. Now here you can see we have already seen here LAN, we have already seen here ALPM, here we have already seen, we have done here the TBVS and CBS. Now here it is being a question is, now these are the different type of it process. From here you can see the arrow, how the arrow it has been seen from here to here and here. Means how the LAN it has been connected, the LAN cable it has been connected to each and every one. Now here you can see how the LAN cable it has been connected to this part, and to this part. So like after as if it has been connected, so then only the thing is what your technology has been inbuilt. These are the internal parts. It has been already shown into the computers and how it has been connected. As if I said na, you just swipe the cards, you put a pin number and finally your cash has been out. So this is one, ultimately once your cash has been out into your account directly, it has been debited. So this is, and you have been credited from your account. So this is what a way of how the transaction, it becomes totally with the help of a server. So here the thing is you are having the total servers which have been calculated, and with the help of servers, the LAN and cable, LANs it has been connected on that time. So like you are having totally which has been connected with the help of in servers which has been performed. So like, and even it becomes a good way where the thing is what it is, each and everything are to be systematic. It is not here and there. It is being formed into the proper. So it becomes very good way of interacting to the people. Now here I am using certain type of technological strategies. Like now here already we have already aware with the help of different type of strategies of currently, as if we are already running that type of a technology also. Now what happens into this type of a technology, when you're using those technology, it becomes very good way of interacting with the people from one country to some other country, one city to some other city, states to one state to some other state. So this is what becomes good way of interacting with the help of people. So like when you are using this type of a technology, so like it becomes very good way where you communicate. Now you see, it brings with it specific strategy which needs to be considered in the bank's overall strategy. The product offered by the bank committed technology besides total branches computerizing includes. Now here these are different types of it. Here you will be learning with the help of different types of it technology, which are the totally which has been connected with the help of computerizing. Means totally it has been connected with the help of computerizing, where the systems are being connected, and once the systems are being connected once the systems are being connected, so with the help of the system, the thing is the strategies are being used. So like this becomes the overall strategies where the thing is the technology are being conveyed. First we are aware with the help of an ATM, the credit cards and telebanking. Then afterwards, you are already aware with the help of ledger strategies and competitors. These are the different two strategies which have been explained. So like first it is what are different, these are the two way of strategies where the thing is what, these are three where the thing is what totally it has been said with the help of it. Technological strategy where you are using. As we people are aware with the ATMs, that is the automatic teller machine. Then afterwards, credit cards and telebanking, these are the different way where the thing is what technologies are being aware, where the help of you are using that type of a technology. Okay. So this is what a way where overall commitment, and it is already connected with the branches. So like it is not like that as if you are having the accounts into the one part, and ultimately if you go to some other way, the still if you are having that bank, but still the branch is different, still that type of it machines it is being. So that is why these are the where the technology has been grewed more. So these are the where it has been said. Next, it is being said with the help of a leader strategies and competitive strategies. These are the two different type of strategies. Usually, as if you are you are into the banking sector, first you need to think about the leader wise. As if you are thinking about it, like you need to perform with the help of a leader. You should follow some person, and then afterwards the thing is you need to develop that kind of strategies. Next, competitive strategies, which has been said, like develop that type of strategies where you can survive into the competitive markets, and it grows more. It doesn't be very less, very more, and it develops more into the market. So with the help of developments, you take good initiatives to each and everything. So it creates a very competitive way where you're performing for each and everything. Next, long-term strategies. Now, as if whenever I'm developing any kind of strategies into with the help of banking sectors and the technology wise, I need to develop with the help of this different types of strategies I need to develop. Business strategy, technological strategy, one bank strategies and e-banking strategies. Now first it is what a business strategies, like whenever I'm moving into any part of its strategies, I need to be a business oriented, means whether it is a long term or a short terms. I need to first think about it, that type of its strategies. Strategies are what are the strategies? Strategies are way where you're thinking about that type of a process, means you're developing certain innovative ideas, you're giving certain kind of it innovative thoughts, your innovative any innovative way of describing each and every terms. So this is the way where you're growing out that type of strategies, and which you're running with the help of its business, because as if you are running that thing into the business, so ultimately it will be growing more. So as if it is been growing more, so ultimately my work will be growing more, and that thing it will be affecting to my business. So as if it has been affected to my business, it will be moving drastically. So the thing is, first I need to be first long term. This all are my long term process. I need to think about long term process. Your short terms it is been not at all allowed it, because I need to think I need to keep a short term, but there should be a certain kind of barriers, and from the short term it should be moving to the long term. That type of strategies I need to develop. The first I develop with the help of business strategy. Second, technological strategies, as if we have already seen different type of its technological strategies currently. It should be that type of it, means ATM it is not for the small times. If I'm doing telebanking, it is not for the small times. If I'm doing mobile banking, it's not for the small times, it's for the long term. So this is what a long term strategy is. But what it should not go, it should be there, but simple you need to develop certain kind of a new variations. So still it will be moving more. Next, one banking strategies, like it should be there, the people should directly connected to that person only, not that person to that bank. I should not use that person, there should be a bank should be connected, means it should be a one banking strategy, means there should be customer attractions more, that should be there. Next, e-banking strategies, as if I said to you, e-banking, it is what internet banking, what you do, directly the process of, directly process where you're connecting with each and everything. And once you're connecting with each and everything, it becomes a good way of variations where you interact with the people into the different types of the zone. So this creates a very good way of interacting to the internetal banking. So next, you need to develop those things into it. It should be not move, but still there should be certain kind of a good developments you need to process. Process should be changed, or the process should be certain variations you need to keep. Next, a technology in banking. Now, here I have given certain type of charts. With the help of the chart, it has been distinguished banks and technology, banking sectors and technology. In both the terms, it is already transmitted. Here, what the things, first technology and banking, the nature of the banking harmonized closely with the technology, means the both it has been interconnected with each other, banking and technology. The task common to the both. What are the tasks? The work what they does, the both the work they does this. They store information. Banks also store information. Technology also store information. Storage, they also storage. You're getting information. Processing and transmissions. Processing, it is what the processing what it does in mind, and the technology. They both are interconnected, and transmission means it is the senders and receiver. The two people are being connected during this process. So ultimately, your banking sector and your technological sectors, they have been both connected with each other. So as if once it has been both connected to each other, so ultimately this four variation of information, storage, process and automations will be moving correctly into the smooth way. So basically it has been said with the help of it, they both are interconnected. So it has been harmonized. They both are being categorized equally, because without banking, my technology won't work. Without only technology, my bank won't work. But as if I'm moving into the automations. Now here I'm having given you certain type of it. Same thing it has been there. What we have learned the past thing. So that the same thing it is a banking and technology system. How it has been moving into it. First, match transactions and item process. Then preserving branches network. What you need to do, like how the thing is you're making bank and technology equally proper. Because as if it has been running, first it is what item match transactions and item processing. What are the things to be done? So that thing should be, you need to update it properly. Next, pursuing branch networking, you need to be connected with the branch. Means as if I'm having ICICI Bank here, so one more ICICI Bank to some other way. So if customers require their satisfaction, so you can just provide them, like not coming here, go over there, it's our same branch, but still we can just move it, improve it more. But that thing you need to give the good way of networks. Global operations, as if it has been facing to the competitive market, so it is being in the global world, like to the large number. Complex credit calculations, where the thing is what becomes very credible when you're giving out the information, it has been calculated, and once it has been calculated, so ultimately that's moving into the like usual. Innovative risk management, where you are showing certain type of a good way and good way improvements, and once as if you're going good way of improvement, you become a good way of risk managemental takers, like it will be moving into the corrective way, like where risks are less, you need to be very innovative. If the risks are also coming out, so still we'll be facing that type of a risk, and finally we'll be moving out that type of competition. So basically, these are the different types of it, and so here had been given certain kind of pyramids, like step by steps it has been given. So with the help of this step by step, my things will be moving from the down levels to the upper level, and with the help of this, my bank and technologies are moving into the correct way of measures. Next, I have financial technology infrastructures. Now here, I'm having different type of its technology also. I need to think about the financial way, because as if I'm developing any kind of its systems, any kind of a software also. So as if that type of its software, that type of technology, what I'm using out. So what are the things are to be maintained, and as if I think it has been maintained, how the data are being stored. So that has been there. Now data centers to the host server is CVS, ATM, financial switcher, internet banking, DW, DEM, CRM, MIS, etc. Back office applications, email server, this all are equipments of the networks and networking equipment, security systems, system for the branches, supporting system, disaster recovers the sites and business continuity. Now these are the different way where the thing is what when I am building out any kind of a technology. When technology has been infected with the help of an infrastructures, means as if it has been there for the financial structures, it has been inbuilt there. So I need to be properly propered with the help of an information. Whatever the information I calculate, and that information I need to be filled it out into the corrective one. As if I derive that thing into the corrective one, then only my work will be moving into the correct one, or else the thing is my data will be moving your end. So that is why the connection which has been there with the help of a technology and to that server, so that with the help of that server, this with the help of networking systems, where it has been done with the help of this type of a network system. Even that system should be that way, it should be connected to the anyone. Now currently we are having that type of a system now, like as if I'm having as if I want to deposit, as if I'm having two three banks here, and I'm having already account in one of the banks. So like as if I'm into some of the branches, if I want to go and deposit that check into that bank, it is becomes very good, because directly the thing is into my account, as if my account is not here, but my account is somewhere else. But still the thing is what, as if I deposit the check here, so ultimately my amount will be reflected over there. So this is what a good way where it has been connected, and that is why the thing is what, these are the securities, and even there should be also where the security and even security systems should be even shown on that time. So like as if the thing is once the funds are moving from one account to some other account, or from the same account they are depositing out, so it becomes very smooth way where you connected with each other. So these are the way where you see. Now here it has been given the technology difference faded the gradually. Now here it is given certain way where the competitive advantages have been shown. First into way where which is being shown with the help of competitive disadvantages. Here it is showing with the help of an advantages, competitive parties. Now like the three differences. Now as if you can see the innovations, here it has been said, and ultimately it has been grew here. Later majority, like currently it has been here. But like till the time the thing is it was very less. Here it was not there. So that is it comes into the disadvantage. Now earlier adopted the competitive world. Now as if the technology has been inbuilt. Now your technologies are been inbuilt. So ultimately it moves to the later one, like earlier and later, and it has been laddered years. Laddered years, the competitive parties here you can face it via competition. So it becomes very good way where you communicate with the help of people. So becomes a good way of transactions where you are showing a different way of different types of ladder with the help of innovations, early adopter, early adopter, earlier majority, late majority, and ladders. Now these are the way, very different way where you can perform each and every duty. Then afterwards, your Now here I have given certain kind of it. You people would be aware with the help of certain picks I have given to you. Electronic bankings. What are electronic bankings? You can sit at home. You can do the transactions. That is the thing. Then afterwards, already you are having this type of it systems. Already customers are having like you people would be aware. Like you are having the banks open. The bank is open. You need to just log in out. You are having the user ID. Then afterwards the password numbers which is being set, and here it is totally details it has been given to you. Okay, so with the help of it you are having the user ID. Individually all person are having their own user ID. You are having your own password. So with the help of the password, the thing is the transaction it has been done. So that thing you need to perform. So this becomes electronic banking. Then afterwards you are having the branch banking which is being said. Branch banking already we have seen, like you are having one head office, and ultimately you are having the different type of branches where you can do the transaction. Okay, so as if you do the transaction, it becomes very good way where you can see the head offices. You can see your one it is been a, and branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, branch 4, branch 5, branch 6, branch 7. So these are different type of branches where it has been checked. Next, you are having ATM cards. As if ATM, you have already seen what are ATMs. So with the help of this different type of electronic banking, it has been derived more. Then IT and payment settlemental system. As if I've already said, how the money it has been, how the amount it has been settled with the help of an IT, like information technology, how it has been used. How you use certain kind of payments, and how the thing is you do the settlements from one account to some other account. Dematerialization of securities. Here it is what is shares, what you do with the help of dematerializations, where the shares are being transferred from one account to some other account. So your shares are being converted previously, which are then there, into the help of a money, and ultimately the thing is that comes into the funds. So first that type of it goes, and then afterwards total delivery perspective payments, electronic dealing platforms, real RTGS. Then after payment was payment, security netting system, central counterparties, continuing link systems. So these are the different way where the thing is what ITs and the payment and settlement systems have been done through the way of systems, through the way of software. With the help of a software only, your each and every amount which has been settled from one account to some other account, it has been settled, it has been properly, it has been collated with the help of it, each and everything. So it becomes very different way where you communicate with each and every party. Just now this with the help of an IT and the payment settlement, UDAS, with the help of this, these are the different type of pyramids. With the help of pyramid, you move it out, and then afterwards your payments have been settled. These are all linked with the help of a technology. With this are all linked with the help of computers. We are already having the server onto this, and with the help of a server, each and everything it has been connected. Then next we have already learned with the help of this. Now RBI initiatives in payments and settlement systems, like currently we are having the RBI was initiated on that time, that how the payment system will be done. Like previously it was not at all calculated, but still currently it has been calculated with the help of an RBI, how it has been systematized with the help of each and everything. First it is what IDBRD, IDRBT. Then afterwards, you are this other having different type of systems of software which has been connected with each and every party. So ultimately, means each and every technology which has been internally, it has been connected with each other. So you are having a different type of messaging the solution. Structured financial messaging system. These are different types of systems. You are having the securities, that is the public key infrastructures, IDRBTCAs, national financial switch, interbanking payment system. So these are the different way where each and everything the RBI has been planned to settle each and every work into the correct measures. Next, smart card, the future. Like they have been thought about it, smart card, which is already said. Currently, we all are having multiple smart cards. Why they have been planned into the future? First, channeling of future. Pilot the project started. Pilot the project funded with the MCIT, Government of India. The project it's a program partnership with IDRBT and IIT Bombay and banks in India. So these are the different way they planned for a smart card future, into the future they planned for the smart card. So with the help of the futures, they thought about it to grow more and to move it out into the corrective measures and to develop with the help of in long term. So these are the way where it has been connected with the help of in futures, with the help of smart cards. Next, at a glance, technology-related issues, people-related issues, reskilling, monitoring system efficiently, telecommunication infrastructures, driving the banks and real-time based risk management, physical security. This we have already moved into further. It has been already said future into the future perspective, they have been more interactive, they have been more put it into the developing into the more and more into it, and then after finalizing the means they should analyze each and every risk which has been undertaken into the computers, whatever it has been said through the way of server, through the way of technology, how it has been doing. So that is why the thing is, these are the issues which has been related, but still the thing is what will be coping up as soon as possible. It is been but my work will be become more efficiently as we use with the help of a good way of this way of technology. Then convenience banking. Now bank convenience into the banking. Now here you will be learning with the help of different types. So what are the things you get it a good way into the banking as if you move it into the step by step. You're first having credit card. It's a one type of it post-paid card which is being said, or the later pay later which is being said. So ultimately, like how you use the credit card, you already having the card. You just all are having the PIN numbers. All are having currently. Whenever you want to do, just go do the shoppings or move anywhere. Just with the help of that card, the number it has been connected, and with the help of that card, it's already printed into it. So just you need to just swipe it and ultimately connection it has been done from one party to some other party. So like and what you do it's a postpaid. Like once the bills arises after a month, you need to just pay the cost and whatever the amount it has been there, you need to just pay it on that time. So it becomes by the end of the period, one is charge the interest. So like here it has been said and gives the grace period. If amount is not paid full by the end of the period, one is charge the interest. Now into this, the thing is what it happens is the credit card. If you don't pay, like as if it is like as if I said 1 month after you need to pay. Like 1 month after if you doesn't pay, is having the certain kind of a due date which has been already given. So as if into the due date, if you are not filling out, so finally the thing is whatever the interests are there, they have been charged. So that is why into this it becomes very good way very convenient for the banking system. Next, automatic teller machines, which has been said ATM into the small. This is what you all are having, like all are having the secret numbers which has been already given to you, and with the help of a secret number, each and every transaction it has been done. Now here it is what the thing is to allow the customers to transfer the money to and from the account. You can also do they are having certain ATM cards, ATM machines where it has been debited also, even it has been credited. Both the system are to be done. To view the account information, as if you go to the banking, if you go to the ATMs, if you don't want to remove the cash also, but still if you want to remove a mini statement, so that is also been improved. Order the cash, to receive a cash, that thing means to remove the cash to order, each and everything it has been done here. So it becomes a good way where without interacting with the others, but still you can do your working. It is not like you need to just pick your only your cards and you are having a certain type of a PIN numbers or ATM card number that has been only just given to you, that the secret number which with the help of this, the thing is you can complete your work as soon as possible. So it becomes very good way where you are using this type of PIN machines. Then electronic funds, that is EFT, it has been said. You can sit at home and you can do the transaction with the help of electronic fundings. You can raise the funding. So like it's automatic transferring money from one account to some other account. This system facilitates speeded fund transferring of fund economically, electronically from any branches to any branches. So like it is not like the only bank wise, but still the branch wise also if you want to transfer. So it becomes very good way of interacting to it. So electronic funding transfer, it is a good way where you should not stand in the queues, not stand in line, but still my work it has been completed into the correct way. So this schemes was been operated on the February 7, 1996 in India. Like on that time, they have been planned. So as if the RBI has been generated way of electronic funding, the bank's electronic funding transfer. So it becomes very good way where you communicate to people. Next, telebankers. Telebankers, it is also the same one that telebank refers to the you can switch to the phones phones with the help of using phones, and if you have any queries, you can stick it on the phones. So like as if you speak on the phones, you are already, or as if you're using this app for telebanking, already you are having a PIN number. With the help of PIN numbers, whatever the transaction is there, whatever the information it has been there, you can just switch it out to that information. So it becomes convenient to the banking and becomes very friendly way, effective way into the nature. So basically, I want to think about it. My each and everything should be moving into the friendly way. Like personally, it should be connected with each and every party. So it becomes very good way of interacting to the people. Internet banking the same as it has been said, through which where you can connect it from one party to some other party, where you are having a specific PIN numbers, your account number, it has been already located. So with the help of this, you can do the transaction, whatever it has been performed on that time. If you want to do the inquiry of any kind of statement, that has also been already given to you. You are already having that online. You can just check it out. You can do the transaction online through. And the best part, it is what used 24 hours. That's the best part. Well, like that is where that is the convenience into the banks. What is the main thing? This all the things you can use for the 24 hours, whatever the time it has been there. It is not like that. You not need to wait for the next day, standing in the queue again. You need to come, or else there is a certain specific time. At the night also, it's like midnight also, what 12 or 1 also if you do it. So it becomes very good way where the interactions of the banking it has been done. Then e-banking, the same. E-banking is electronic banking where the each and everything you do the fund transferring from one party. It becomes very flexibility for the people to not standing into the queue, but still my work it has been completed. So this is a way where working it has been done with the help of this thing. Then types of distributing channels. So as if we've already learned with the help of distributing channels, I'm already having branches, mobile banking, shops, telephone banking, electronic banking. So these are the way where different types of branches have been there. So I've already advisable that branches have been of traditional office, advising consultants, mobile banking. I'm already having mobile office, branch, banks visit, shops. I'm having the franchisees, agencies, personally. Like these are the different way where distribution channels are being used, and with the help of distribution channels, the work it has been completed into the corrective measures. So these are the way where different types of new things are to be amended on that time. So with the once you do the distributions of this time, my work it will be moving into the corrective one. Now, as if this we have completed with the help of the chapters, I'm moving with the help of the second chapter, that is the way with the financial automations for the better banking. Now, for the better banking, now before starting this thing, you will be just elaborating little bit part of it. What are the things you get it on the better banking? You get it the good way of interacting to the people, and the way how you communicate, how you generate the sources, and how you interact with the people into the corrective ones. And here it is what how the technology has been grown very fast, very inbuilt, and you develop those technology after using of that technology. It has been developed into the market which has been grew. We have learned with the different types of technology. Into this chapter, you'll be learning with the help of server. So, has been the market in any chapter. So, this they help with how they connect introduction chapter is not there, but efficiently the solution we are in India, in where it is like that technology has been raised more. So as if the finance is raised more, so ultimately the thing is it has been grown more. So like if it has been grown more, so ultimately the things are being developed more. So that is why it becomes very efficiently for the peoples to cope it out each and everything. So it becomes very, so RBI has given the guidance relating to this. So basically, it has been interacting with the proper way of efficiency into it. Now, yours they have been given the current scenarios, whatever it has been said. The current scenarios already we have moved into it previously. The same current scenario it has been discussed. That with the help of the financial way of automations, we are already having a certain way where you are having mobile bankings and all this, all the banking systems we have already used. And anywhere, anytime, whatever the things you want, you are available with it. So that is why it becomes very good way where you communicate, where you interact with the people into the corrective measures. So that is why the thing is what widely it has been offered to each and every people into the current way of scenario. Now here I'm having the diagrammatic representations of customer friendly automation branches. Now open Unix server. Now here you are having a server which has been already connected with the people. So like we are having, as we have already connected with the people. Now into this, as if I said to you, we will be moving with the help of it, how you connected with the people into the different types of the systems. Because already when you communicate with the people, so now how from one account it has been debited, other account it has been credited, how the servers are being connected. So first it has been moving with the help of online control. Okay, like you do with the help of each and everything online control, you are having signatures displays on the terminal, like on the starting answers where it's spoken, signature shown, it is approved that whatever the number, what it is been stated, is been numbered on you just put in password, you will get that paper. Now you have pick up a date of what is so like which number it has been here, the already the thing is the total detail it has been come. Once the total detail it is the database accepted that date, that PIN number, they accepted that account number, and once it has been account number, it has been accepted, it's been showing your name. So with the help of the name, each and every details it has been obstructed. So once it has been the details have been shown, so finally the thing is what you're getting those details and you're going to take a printout of in passbook. So it creates a very good way where you communicate with them. So it becomes very friendly way of automations of branches. And then after a last, the thing is, what are the benefits you get it? As if you move it into this type of a system, okay, it's an open way of Unix service which is being said. So with the help of a server, the thing is what each and every, it is internally which is connected with the software. So it is not from the external one, it is internally, as if you are moving with the help of a technology, it has been integrated. So with the help of a technology, it is internally, it has been accepted. And finally, you are getting this type of it printout, this type of a paper objectives you get it. Still internally you are getting all those these forms as if I've shown you I've shown the error. So with the help of the arrows only it has been moving. The last but not least, it is the printing way where the objectives are being performed. So once it has been each and everything, it has been done. Finally, the thing is what the open of the Unix service means. These are the internal parts which is been said. With the help of an internal parts, the external resources are been opened. Now, what type of benefits you get it now? Because as if my continuous system, it has been moving on. So why I'm using that type of system? So first it is what account master files updated immediately. As if I open an account number, or else I put an account number, or else I put certain kind of PIN numbers. Already the thing is internal master files is immediately opened. Okay, it is not like I not need to wait. I just need to just updated the number, and finally I'm getting the list of it. So this thing I'm getting minimum end of day operations. Okay, means whatever the data are there. So the data I'm getting a proper way which has been operated properly with the help of starting, with the help of ending, each and everything. Next, fast customer service, because here I not need to wait for the servicing for the longer period of time. Fast I'm getting a service. Waiting time to them at a multiple counter reduce. This creates a very good impact. I should not go to the now as if I'm going for any kind of details. Go to the first counter, then go to the sixth counter, go to the 10th counter. It is not like that directly. It is whatever it has been there. I'm getting the information here. Single point data capture for all. There is only one way where I can capture all the data with the help of the number I'm getting, and with the help of number I can get it out the information. Then all accounting ledgers and computations automated. All the things, all ledgers, accounting, it is already computed. I just only need to fill it out those details. Once I fill it out those details, already the things it has been come. So it is not like I not need to update each and every day. Just only I need to just fill it out those details, and finally I'm getting each and every information every day. So that is, I like all in all summarizing each and everything, whatever we have learned currently from the mechanizations to it. So it has been said, technology has transformed the banking globals and in India, globalization, because with the help of technology, we are facing to the global market and to the India for the longer period. And as if we are moving into the longer period, reduce more. Technology adoptions by an Indian consumer is presiding at a dramatic path. Like it has been way where you are accepting and where the Indian consumers are presiding at dramatic path. Means we are performing a very huge way of domestic, like we are performing with the help of huge way where you're performing each and every duties into the collective ones. Then we are adopting those type of technology like very huge way. Indian itself has transformed and will transform even more than the years ahead. Even we, as we are Indians, still will be performing more. We are planning to perform more and more. As it has been less, more, but still we will plan to more and more to develop into the technology. So at least into the banking sectors, we'll be moving into the way with the help of and more innovative ideas, more views and all. With the help of private banks, with the help of the public sectors and private sectors bank both. Technologically, innovations in India will lead the way by innovating in banking that as if the technology advances, ultimately innovations it will be developed more. Banks will use technology to attract and serve the customer across to the pyramids. Like as if the banks are providing the good information, the way of developing the new type of new technology, ultimately the people will be interacting more. So as if people will be interacting more, so ultimately the customer satisfaction will be also more. So with the help of the customer satisfaction, it will be grown more and more into it. So that is why this is the way where it has been summarized. So still, like I have mentioned here, the future will be not be more of the same. We need to be ready. So this is what it is being said with the help of a transaction, with the help of a way how you communicate with each and everyone. So that is why now simple will little bit will be just if you have any details to it, you can just mail to it any kind of it points. Now little bit I'll just wind it up with the help of summarizing each and every one of the points. We started with the help of mechanization. We have already learned with the help of what are the mechanizations of banking, how the banking sectors it has been drew, how the things it has been performed. We learned with the help of how the competitive into the competitive world, how you are performing, how you can survive into the competitive markets. Because without this, the thing is each and everything you can't move it properly. So it becomes very crude way, where innovative way, where you are showing the good way of performance into the longer period of time. So we learn with the help of different type of technology also. Now, as if we have already moved with the help of a different type of technology, just to move with the help of starting. Now into the starting, we have already given with the help of precludes of introductions. We have went with the help of it. We learned with the help of drivers of IT transformations, how it has been moving more. Then afterwards, challenges faced by the developing banks. These are the way where the challenges are faced by the developing banks. Okay, we have already learned that point. Advantages of an IT, because without the IT sectors, the because it won't be moving more. So that is why advantages of an IT sector, like with the help of technology, we are moving more, and we can face the challenges also. That is the challenges what you get it. Then we learn with the help of 21st century what are the IT transformations which has been done. Then identifying the IT rules, what are the IT rules, how the thing is information technology has been put it into it and how the informations are being generated more. Then historical perspectives. Just a minute. Now, your historical facts also we have learned that the IT facts in the Indian banking commenced from the mid of the 18th, as this also we have learned. Once the 20th century has been came, so finally we got to know about the technology, and once we got to with the help of technology, we have been developed more and more. Where with the help of keeping the books systematically, we keeping each and everything into the corrective measures. That is also we have learned. Then afterwards, we learned with the help of different types of historical perspectives, which was there on the previous one. So basically, it is being said with the help of it, you need to follow those systems which has been there with the help of in different type of zones. So current scenarios, as we are already aware, we are already into the internet banking, mobile banking, anywhere, anytime, whatever you do with the help of in banking sector. So that is what you do it on that time. So these are the current scenarios. We learn with the help of technology. We need to supervise of different type of technology, monitoring, controlling each and everything, because and we need to be a customer related only, customer oriented management only you need to be, because as if the customer will interact more. So that is why as if technologies are grew more, so ultimately customer interaction will be also more. Challenges before in the banking industries also we have learned what are the things of challenges what we faces into the banking sectors. So on the way where the industries are, there should be a risk taker, because without risk taker the functions are being not at all motivated properly, and then afterwards there should be of that type of a balance should be performed, that front based officers, front office back office person jobs they should be performed, because without after this only the each and everything will be moving into the corrective one. So challenges before it should be faced. Then afterwards, the above, why the thing is we are following with the help of challenges into the good way. You are getting a good information systems, a technology and skills for the decision making to get it, improving the customer service, friendly attitude and the patterns of a person. You get it a good interacting with the people. So that is why we are moving with the help of those challenges, those advantages, each and everything. Then after automations, here also we have learned with the different type of automations how the public sectors and private sectors are mixing together performing their duties to become create a very way of information to be spread. Then afterwards, here it has been said various type of it. Back office we have already done, front office start training. They should be given a proper way of training relating with the help of a technology for each and every people. So at least what with the help of this technology, they can even distribute it, this type of it to the branches or any kind of a person. Then here we have already learned the technical architecture, how the things it has been moving to the different from the lands, ALMs, TBMs and CBMs where it has been moved. Then afterwards technological strategies, here we have already learned that the technologies that into the technology there's a good way of there's a strategies more which has been used, because without the strategies my work doesn't move into the correct. So I need to use those type of a technology properly, like ATMs, credit cards, telebanking, so each and everything I need to perform. So like as if I move it into this way, so it creates a very good way of impact with the technological strategies. And here I need to develop certain way of long-term strategies. It will be my business-oriented technological strategies, one bank strategies, e-banking strategies. These are the different banks of strategies I need to follow. Because as if I move with the help of different type of strategies, then only each and everything my work will be moving above. Because as if I grew, as if I'm developing the help of technology, it should be development with the help of a new sense. So like there should be a more type of a technology which is being said. Now, next it is what with the help of technology and banking they have been coped up with the help of two things. They have been shown with the help of banking and technology both together. They have been said both the things are correct into the nature. They all are sharing information, storage, processing and transmission. These are all things they have been showing. So that is why it creates a very good way of interacting between the both the way of communicating to each other. So that is why these are the way where interactions it has been developed. Okay. Next it is what here it has been given to the massive way where it is moving with the help of it. You're taking from the ground level process to the higher level process. You have become a risk taker, each and everything. So once it has been done, then only the thing is you're moving into the correct. You're moving into the further way. So this create a very good way of innovations, good way of innovative ideas into it. All different introductions are in all being the help is effective but still we there because current competitive parties. We are into the competitive market, so that creates a very good impact into it. So gradually it has been faded more. Then afterwards your different types of it bankings and branches have been showed on that time. Then IT payments, how you do the settlements of a payment, which are being into the dematerializations, the continue linking up. So like you are having the space wise, and with the help of CSIs, it has been connected with each other. Then next here you are having the payment systems where the RBI has been secured. With the help of this, only the payment systems are to be discussed with the help of this. Then we are having the smart cards, whatever the multiple types of cards. Currently, we are having multiple types of cards where it has been used. With the help of the cards, it becomes very a good way where you cope it up with the people, so you want to interact with the people. So basically, the technologies are being brewed more because as if the basically the chapters is been related with the help of technology only. So that the thing is, my work will be moving very efficiently, very effectively to each other, and it has been related with the way of glancing of new and innovative ideas. So these are the way where the telecom which has been true. So these things we have already learned that it's a risk management techniques or we are developing with the help of more convenience to the banking. This also we have learned the credit cards, ATM cards, electronic funding, bank, ID banking, internet banking, e-banking. So these are the way we are distributing to each other. Now these are the distributions of a unit. Different types of its strategies are been there. With the help of an arrows, you can identify how it has been used, how the work it has been moving into the corrective measures. Next, e-bankings, we have already learned with the help of financial terms to mix a better way, how you use it as a better way of transaction.